All the buzz about online shopping misses one big fact. Over 90% of sales are actually taking place in a physical store. Why, you may be wondering? Well, consumers like the social experience and, of course, the convenience of getting their goods all in one place. So, do you maybe find yourself in that category? Here with more on this shopping trends is Tom McGee. Tom, good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So what are the broad shopping trends for the holidays, when we are comparing in-store to online purchasing? Obviously, shopping online has become a huge trend, especially as we enter 2016. It just seems to be getting bigger.
Well, first of all, I think this is going to be, this is a record holiday season. In the month of December, Americans made about 600 million visits to shopping centers across our country. 115 million Americans visited shopping centers on Super Saturday, which is the busiest holiday shopping season of the year. But I think the trends, and you mentioned online versus physical retail, and I think the story around bricks versus clicks, to me, has become somewhat dated. It's really a story of convergence. And what you're really seeing is really bricks and clicks. As you mentioned, over 90% of the sales still happen in a physical retail location, but technology is certainly being integrated in the shopping experience. And I'll give you kind of one example of that. A third of the folks that bought things online went and picked it up in a physical store. They wanted that convenience, they wanted the immediacy of picking it up at their local store. And then 75% of them bought something else when they were at the store. And so it speaks to convergence, not as a threat in any way, but really the integration of technology into the shopping experience, with the shopping center and physical retail really becoming the hub of the shopping experience for sure.
Well, I think it's nice to get that hands-on, that social experience that comes from shopping, as we mentioned. So with everyone communicating through Facebook and via text messaging these days, I think it really is just kind of nice to get that human interaction.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I think that one of the things that we shouldn't forget is that we're all, by nature, I think, social beings, and we like to be around other people. And certainly a shopping center is a very effective way to be around others and experience that important element of being around others and that sense of community that happens. And of course, holidays is really a time where people want experience at its highest. And so whether it's holiday decorations, whether it's holiday music, whether it's seeing the tree or visiting Santa, all of those aspects of the holiday time period are so skillfully and wonderfully done in America's shopping centers. And I do think that's why you see such a high number of people come to shopping centers and physical retail, because they want that level of experience, particularly in the holiday season. But as you said, 90% of sales happen in physical retail throughout the year as well.
Yeah, Tom, that's a great point, too. I mean, you can't really get into the Christmas spirit quite like you can shopping online, or when you go to a store and you hear the music and you see the decorations. So
sure.
I think it's important, too, to kind of think about how these physical stores really do impact our local communities. So do you think they really impact our local community and jobs? Is that really something people should be keeping in mind when they are choosing how to shop?
No, it's huge. And I think shopping centers, physical retail, it's obviously a very visible part of local communities, but it's also a huge part of the economy. And so in a shopping center, 1 out of every 11 jobs is directly related to a shopping center. Of course, millions of other jobs are directly related in supportive industries. $141 billion of sales tax revenue is generated from America's shopping centers, $11 billion plus in Florida alone. And so they're hugely important to local economies, local communities. They're, from an economic perspective, from a support of critical municipal services, and also just from a sense of community. I mean, we all touch our stores every day. We visit stores every day. And I think a big part of how we feel about our community, who we interact with, and have the privilege of doing that happens in America's stores and shopping centers.
Yeah, some interesting stuff to think about. And by the way, I'm going to use that term, bricks versus clicks. I love it.
Well, you feel free to do that for sure.
All right, Tom, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
For more